was playing Call of Duty 3. But that says H1Z when I did, right?
I know.
Oh, yeah, I'll be for stupid right now.
I don't think you'll be able to use the gun on the tank while driving
I'll
into
join
GTA
you.
anymore, but remember, real life is built like GTA, kids.
I'm playing H1Z with you. I'm in a team with somebody. Oh, no, not
Play
that.
that game for like water things.
I would join up with you on Fortnite, but I'm playing with, is Lord Carter getting off?
Oh my god! Look at that! No! Jeez. Jesus. I'd be so scared.
Lord Carter, what's your YouTube channel?
It's none of your business. Hey, get on Fortnite, dude. Lil Red, get on Fortnite.
I was gonna subscribe to your channel, but
It's my name. It's Carter Valley. Capital C. No, it's called Carter Valley. And how much? Oh my god, just Carter Valley.
whatever. Rowdy.
I know that. No, just forget it. Never mind. You know, it's fine. It's fine. No. That's not what it is. I'm kicking you. I'm muting him. I don't care. I'm just gonna play Fortnite right now.
Moments later, the police get the hatch open, and the driver is killed.
No! They killed the driver. Alright, so I kind of understand why they would kill the driver. But then again, isn't it just more fun to lock him up?
9:30.
Uh-uh.
You went to school.
Mom, I thought you said 10 o'clock. Yes, you did. I asked if I could stay up until 10.
Me. I don't my check out. What do you expect, boy? We're the only
Whatever.
Did I turn my camera?
You said I could go to bed at 10. I even asked you.
You have no skins?
Was I sleeping?
No. Last night, I asked
I got a battle
you.
pass skin, but okay. I have it too. You're not the only one. No, I don't want one. I got the Buddy Brawler. I have this, this, and then I have this. I mean, I'm gonna spend a lot of money on this one. This. I just, I have this Hillbilly Joe, you know. And then we got Mr. Tomato Head. I have him. He plays this and this. What up?
Yeah.
I know, right? What do you expect? Did you really just say that? Okay, hold up, let me get my colors on.
The biggest draw to Fortnite is the ability to build to keep you alive for longer.
It depends on how good how good you are at this game. Like if you keep going down or if you're not. Yeah, then we're not gonna win the game. Sorry.
Hey guys, LordCarter520's here. And today we're counting down our top 10 craziest bases built in Fortnite. If you're new to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. And Bill, give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah, you are a noob. I know you are.
Number 10, the castle. One of the most defensive structures to ever be built in the history of mankind is, of course, a castle. Usually castles were built on hills and surrounded by wide moats with large towers for archers to stand at and fire volleys of arrows down at their enemies. The defensive properties of
Boy, look at this dude. You got this guy there, bro. Woo, woo. Hey, before I'm 11. Yeah, 11-year-olds don't hit puberty, you dummy. What do you expect? Okay, good for you. Maybe I don't want to have. Maybe I don't want acne all over my face yet. Maybe I don't want to get. Maybe I don't want to be in my room doing weird things.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah, that's what puberty is. That's what puberty is. When you hit puberty, that's what kids do, bro. He's talking about puberty. He hit puberty 10 years old. Yeah, I know, right? He's talking about puberty. Okay, Cookie. Yeah, wait. Going up there tomorrow.
By this point, the zone was moving in and they were under heavy fire from enemies, and the very top of the tower even got shot off. But for one moment, they had the biggest tower in the history of Fortnite, and it looked
Don't do that, then just
Number 8, game crashing.
not coding your room.
Some builds are just so epic that the game can't even handle them. And that's exactly what happened when Boltz and his friends decided to build the world's biggest Fortnite base ever made, a giant pyramid that managed to crash the game. After many attempts and many false starts where people tried to kill them or the zone came in and killed them,
Yeah,
it was finally almost
I don't know why I don't have my
massive
skin
structure in
on
the center
my
of
carbine.
Wailing Woods that the game simply couldn't handle. After constructing as much of the 20 by 20 pyramid as they could, the game couldn't handle it anymore and completely crashed, stopping the guys who built it from moving anymore. This build was just too big, and even though it wasn't completely finished, the game just couldn't handle it. Number 7.
I got a chest up here.
If you look at Loot Lake,
It
what's
gave
the
me
one
a
thing
golden
that's
call,
obviously missing? If you thought
why
a
not?
giant pirate ship, then you probably were listening to the last few seconds of audio. I did say it
Why
was going to be
not?
a pirate ship.
Why not?
There are plenty of little boats in the Loot Lake, but none of them are that big, really.
Dude,
And I guess
chill
Fixer
out,
and his team
chill
wanted
out.
to fix that issue. It took a few attempts, but eventually they managed to create a giant ship in the center of Loot Lake with multiple levels and even a mast in the center of the top of the deck. It seems pretty crazy to think that building such a massive and
Don't worry
obvious
about it.
structure in the middle of Loot Lake could ever lead to a win, and to be honest, it doesn't for them. But they did manage to make it into the top 10 last
Dang
people,
it!
and in a
I had
sports game, that
16
means they
bullets.
were
I had
basically only like two other teams alive.
6 bullets
So
in my
for spending so much of their time
You know, why didn't you join my game?
at a pretty respectable position. Number 6, AT&T.
What else you
There
next
are pretty
time?
much 2 major movie franchises.
Dude, I legitimately could have got you the Omega already.
Star Wars. Marvel has already had some pretty good representation in Fortnite Battle Royale.
Why? I could have got you the Omega.
Time mode where you can literally just turn into Thanos and run around blasting people with the Infinity Gauntlet. Star Wars hasn't had any representation in Fortnite except for when it comes to the fans. The legendary Fortnite builder 7 has completed many crazy builds since Fortnite released, and one of them was literally an AT-AT walker from Star Wars. Sure, it kind of looks blocky, but that's just because of how the building tools in Fortnite work. Really, the AT-AT was a work of art, and it looked both massive and amazing. Number 5, the Harry Potter Quidditch Pitch. It's not just Star Wars that 7 has gotten involved with recreating in Fortnite Battle Royale. In a more recent build, 7 and his team decided to recreate the iconic Quidditch pitch from the book and movie series Harry Potter. For those that don't know, which I don't know how you couldn't, Quidditch was a sport in Harry Potter where 2 teams of wizards would fly around on brooms trying to score points by throwing some balls through hoops. Kind of like flying basketball, I guess. While all that's going on, a couple of other wizards would be looking for a smaller, faster flying ball called the Golden Snitch. By the end of the build, the Quidditch pitch that 7 and his team managed to construct looked scarily like the Quidditch pitch from the movies, from the hoop stands down to the place where you would sit to watch the game. Oh, and they even managed to win the game at the end. Sounds like magic to me. Number 4, biggest plane. 7 isn't just limited to movies or pop culture references, though. This legendary Fortnite builder likes to remake things from the real world, too. In this clip, 7 and his team decided to create the biggest plane in Fortnite Battle Royale. It took them hours of attempts to build. They always dropped down into Wailing Woods to get the crazy amount of materials they needed, and most of the time they got killed by other players or taken out by the zone. But eventually the stars aligned and they managed to pull off the impossible. By the end, they had a giant plane complete with wings and a cockpit soaring majestically above the tops of the trees in Wailing Woods. And once again, as 7 so often does in these challenges, he managed to come out on top as the winner of the game. Number 3, triangles only. There's a lot of underused building mechanics in Fortnite, and one of them is probably a triangular wall. As you all know, there's a pyramid block in the game, and if you edit the block, it basically turns into a slanted triangle. Well, Ubisoft wanted to build an entire base purely out of these blocks. They built a gigantic tower of triangles that basically ended up looking like a giant base in the sky. What's kind of crazy is that this style of base kind of makes logical sense from a building and tactics standpoint. There's a lot of connecting points in the base, which means it's basically impossible to knock down and destroy, and because the blocks are strangely shaped, they're also stranger to hit than usual. All I have to wonder is what the other guy in the game thought was happening. Number 2, the Porta-Fort Tower. When Porta-Forts were first added in the game in April, we were all pretty worried about them being way too strong. It turns out they're only seriously strong if you have a lot of them at once. In a game that Musak probably intended to just be playing a normal and average game, he ended up finding a whole bunch of Porta-Fort grenades. Most people decide to use these Porta-Forts in a pretty logical and, let's admit it, pretty boring way, using one and then saving the others for later. Instead, Musak decides to take Porta-Forting to the next level, and he made a tower of the things. At first, it only looked like Musak was going to be able to pull off the double Porta-Fort base, which, while cool, isn't exactly crazy. But then it happened. He found a third Porta-Fort grenade and was able to ascend up to a third and even higher point. Until someone manages to stack 4 Porta-Forts at once, this Porta-Fort tower is pretty top tier. Number 1, saving Dusty Depot. Can we just have a moment of silence for a second? At the end of Season 3, something terrible happened. A meteor came streaking down from the sky and obliterated the area we all knew as Dusty Depot. While, yes, a new and interesting area was left behind in the form of Dusty Divot, face of the map forever, scarring it with a massive hole. Some people were not content in letting that area be crushed by the flaming rock from the stars, and instead wrapped it in a protective pyramid, covering the entire area from top to bottom in materials. SRK and his team jumped into a game of 50v50 to complete their crazy task. But the craziest part of all is the fact that people on the enemy team saw what was happening and actually helped them to save the area instead of fighting them. Teaming like this is risky considering how strict Epic Games is on banning people for teaming, but it was worth it to attempt to save a now forgotten part of the map. And there you have it, our list of the top 10 craziest bases built in Fortnite. Do you agree? Did we miss something? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for... I'm going for the